Yeah, let me just start that again.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We have just 3 minutes to 9. We will start in 3 minutes. I will from now onwards allow you people to unmute yourself at will. Please don't cause a disturbance, that's all. By now the audience is mature, I'm sure about that. Anyway, Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvisheshwari Madhvacharya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurav Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Rama. It's Sunday and you people have still made time. I thank you for that. It's impressive. Just a quick recap. We have finished. We have gone through 1/3 of Gita. Congratulations on that. We have finished successfully 33% of Gita. What has happened so far in the first chapter? Arjuna says, or should I say, three people have three different responses, out of which Arjuna says he has 5 aversions to this war. 5 reasons he does not want to fight this war. Then in the next chapter, which is known as Summary of Gita, the Lord demolishes each of these excuses and explains them, why those excuses are invalid and why he should not stick to his presumptions. In the 3rd chapter, Lord says work can be worshipped. It was known as Karma Yoga. In the 4th chapter, the Lord gave us a glimpse of spiritual knowledge in Jnana Yoga. In the 5th chapter, he came back to the topic of Karma Yoga and he said Karma Yoga is better than Karma Sannyasa. And in the 6th chapter, which was yesterday's chapter, we discussed Ashtanga Yoga. And finally, I can say that we concluded with a simple statement that Ashtanga Yoga is definitely not meant for Kali Yuga Vasis like us. And best is Bhakti Yoga. And here, I think it's time now. Yes, it's time. So now we are going to enter the 7th chapter, which is known as Vijnana Yoga. In the morning, one of the volunteers did share a small portion from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Lord Shiva is himself telling Mother Parvati that 7th chapter is so glorious, it's like having nectar, your ear being overloaded with nectar. Lord Shiva is telling you have to listen to 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So, with that in mind, let us understand that even Lord Shiva wants us to study 7th chapter properly. So, let's start, shall we? Chapter 7, Jnana Vijnana Yoga, knowledge of the Absolute. Let's start with the name of the chapter itself. What is Jnana? What is Vijnana? We have already discussed what Jnana is. Jnana is knowledge, something about data and information, something that is the summary of all knowledge and the summary of all information and data, materially speaking. What is Vijnana? Vijnana means Vishesha Jnana. Out of knowledge also, whatever is more special, that is Vijnana. Vijnana is not common knowledge. The Jnana is Jnana, knowledge, common knowledge. Many people are supposed to know it. Maybe they don't, but they should. Then, like I'll take a simple example. In India, we drive on the left, right? What about walking in the footpath? Are you supposed to walk on the left or the right? Chat is available. Let's start with a very simple example. What do you think? Are you supposed to? You're supposed to drive on the left, definitely. But which side are you supposed to walk on, right or left? Keep left for walking also. Let us see. Footpath, which side should you prefer? Seema Mataji said right. Everybody else, majority of them are saying left. Well, I'm sorry. I have news for you. Yes, Rajesh Joshi Prabhu is right. I have news for you. You're supposed to walk on right so that you can see the traffic coming towards. Okay. This is Jnana. I'm sorry, but I'm sure some of you, I'm sure definitely many of you are highly qualified people, but it's a simple thing that we do not know. This is supposed to be knowledge. You're supposed to walk on the right so that you can see the traffic oncoming, and if there is any chances of accident, you can just dodge. This is a very common knowledge which everybody is supposed to know, but not everybody knows. But then Vijnana is something even beyond. What is the atomic mass of lithium? Does anybody know what is atomic mass of lithium? I'm not expecting you to know. It's Vijnana. See, in our modern definition, that is science. Something that not a lot of people know, but it would be nice to know. Lithium, we have phones which we use, which have lithium battery in them, and we do not know the molecular mass of lithium. Anyway, that's not important. Let's not discuss what the mass of lithium is. But it's not 5. Anyway. What is going to be the takeaway from this chapter and why this chapter is important? Everybody knows what this is. I think it's called a chocolate lava cake, isn't it? And this is a diamond mine, and here's a necklace. Right in the beginning, somebody has a question. Chavi Mataji, you have a question or something? Is my voice not clear? You want to say something? Okay. We all know about chocolate lava cake. I'm guessing that's what it's called. And then there's a diamond mine, and then there's a necklace with a giant diamond in the center. Okay, just like yumminess of lava cake is buried into the core. The covering is tasty. I'm not saying the covering is not tasty, but the yumminess, what you buy the chocolate lava cake for, is the chocolate filled core. Diamonds in the mine are found in the mantle beneath the crust. Yes, soil will definitely be coated with micro diamonds, small pieces of diamonds, which are used in industrial, abrasion and making of grinding in industrial applications. But most precious stones are going to be buried deep within. We know that the deeper you dig, the bigger the stone you find. And even in a necklace, the most attractive, the most precious of the stones are going to be in the center. I'm not saying these are not diamonds. They're surely diamonds, but this, I don't know what that is, a sapphire or whatever. Maybe it's a diamond. That's the most expensive of all, isn't it? That's the most precious of all, isn't it? If you agree, you can just say yes or no so that we can keep the conversation going. Otherwise, it gets all monotonous. Similarly, we see that center, the deeper you go, the more you find. Similarly, the central 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are known as heart of Gita. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we are done with. Now we come to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, these 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, these chapters are known as heart of Gita. It's the center of Gita. That's where the Lord has kept secrets in. The funny thing is, it's an open secret. Nobody is going to get through 7 chapters without interest otherwise. So we come to the first shloka of 7th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Maya Saktaman Apartha Yogam Yunjam Madashraya Asamshayam Samagrammam Yatha Gnashasi Tachrunu. The Lord says, now hear, O son of Pritha, that is Arjuna. How by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full. You can completely understand Krishna, free from doubt. I'm getting a complaint. Is my audio quality okay? Is anybody else having problem with my audio quality? If so, give me just 1 second and I'll maybe correct it. It's fine. Anybody else has a problem? It's fine. Okay. Divya Mataji, might be something from your end. Maybe you can disconnect and reconnect. Yeah. Okay. So in the last chapter, we were discussing about Ashtanga Yoga, and the Lord said, concentrate upon me, meditate upon me. I am the goal of all sacrifices and all that. So here the Lord is saying, Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjam Madashraya Asamshayam Samugram Mam Yatha Gnashasi Tachruno. Maya Sakta Manapartha. Mai means on me. All the mind's asakti, that is interest, consciousness, should be entirely surrendered to Lord Himself. Nothing else you should be interested. Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjam Madashraya. In such a state of mind, get involved in the practice of yoga, and even this yoga has to be done under my ashraya, under my shelter. Take shelter of me. Asamshayam samagram mam yatha gnashasi tachruno. What is asamshayam and what is samagram? Again, let me come to another daily example. We used to have oral exams when we were little, no? When we were in higher primary or even high school, teachers used to personally have questions for us. Or if anybody has been through engineering, we have viva exams where, of course, you must know how the experiment is done in the lab. Yeah, you do this, you turn the switch on, you make this circuit, and you will get this reading or something like that. We all know how it works. But when it comes to the part of viva, that's where we start sweating, isn't it? That's the difficult part. That's the most difficult part. Or oral exam, that's when we start to feel suffocated. Or interview. Yes, I'm a graduate in commerce, but when the interview time comes and he asks me something about statistics, I'm going to start to sweat. What is happening? Asamshayam, yes, no doubt you have passed the examination, you have fulfilled the criteria to graduate, but you have understood samagram maybe, but there is still samshaya. You still have doubts which you cannot clear for somebody else, and vice versa. So the Lord says asamshayam and samagram. You will understand me without a doubt and completely. Because if there is no doubt, maybe you have not understood entirely. Or if you think you have understood entirely, there might still be doubts now. So the Lord is saying, you can understand me entirely without doubts. Yatha gnashasi tachruno. You now listen to me. Tachruno, listen to what I'm about to say. The Lord says, now I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and nominal, by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. Another common question is, what is this nominal and what is phenomenal? Phenomenal is something you can understand as a phenomenon, like I turn the switch on, the bulb starts to emit light, or I give the ignition and the engine starts to fire. This is phenomenal. The one thing leads to another, so I can understand. Now, nominal is, I cannot understand it using the simple linear. I cannot understand it linearly. I do this happen. No, it's very complicated and it's not going to be understood unless someone teaches you. Now, let's take an example of, in physics, there is quantum mechanics. Well, it's not phenomenal. It's so difficult to understand that even with a teacher, you'll never be able to understand. There's something they say about quantum mechanics. The more you think you've understood it, the lesser you have understood it. So anyway, it's like that. It's something that you will not be able to understand. And Lord is saying, I will tell you that also. Understanding these two things, there will be nothing else left to know. Okay. Okay, this animation is not working anyway. So the Lord says in the third shloka, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatamapi siddhanam kaschin mamveti tattvataha. It was supposed to be an animation and this was supposed to come at the end. Anyway, the Lord says, out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. Many thousands are there, but one out of 1,000 attempts for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Again, I'll take another quite common example, not today, but used to be a couple of years ago. this is just give me 1 second, okay? I'll just stop the share and bring up the animation. Otherwise, just give me 1 second. Sorry about this. Yeah, sorted out. Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. Common example, I think, marathon. How many of you have tried this? I have not. I have not tried marathon. Who has run an entire marathon? How many are there? Ritanya Mataji has tried. Anybody else has tried marathon, running marathon? Okay, two. Gulshan Prabhu is saying he has tried. Yeah, and I'm assuming you have succeeded in a full marathon. How long is it? 50, I don't know, 47 kilometers, I don't know. Anyway, many, there are quite a few. So let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say there are 10 out of a few hundred. That 5.5 is not a marathon. I think 555 is a marathon. I don't know. Anyway, so a full marathon I'm talking about. Anyway, that's not the topic. What I'm trying to explain is, out of 7 billion on this earth, how many have actually competed in a marathon, you think? I don't know. Very, very little. Can we agree to that? Yes. And out of everybody who participates in a marathon, so many people just give up. It might be their cardiovascular, muscular, whatever. They have problems and they just give up in the middle. That's okay. Running marathon without proper strength might be deadly for them anyway. So they give up halfway. But how many win a marathon at the end? Complete, yes, maybe they do. But how many people can win a marathon? One. That's the example that I can give here. He says, the Lord says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatati siddhaye. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. Out of 1,000, one may endeavor, 0.1%. And of those who have achieved perfection, among this one among 1,000 people, very, very few achieve perfection. Very few people can complete a marathon. Yatadamapi siddhanam kaschin mam veti tattvata. Now, among these people who have even finished the marathon, how many won? Barely one. One. Yeah. So, again, let's take another example. See, in the beginning, how many registered for this course? 500. How many joined on day one? 100, 150. Now, how many are left? That's what the Lord is saying. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit. Many people want to try, half the way they give up, and people who still maybe continue, how many will understand at the end? This chapter's goal is to understand Krishna a lot better. Not every person is inquisitive and spiritual science. We know that. We have every day we see this in the world. How many people will make excuses saying, no, I don't have time. I have time, but I have commitments. I don't have commitments. I have time, but I have something else. They make excuses. That's okay. Not every person is inquisitive in spiritual science. Out of few that are interested, fewer, much even lesser people find the right guru. They're all, they get lost in these flowery, impressive words saying, no, I went to here, I meditated, and then I saw God, so I will show you God. You are God, I am God, everybody is God, there is no God. So many cooked up philosophies are there. People who have not even studied one chapter of Gita want to take charge of somebody's life, somebody's spiritual life. They say, I can become your guru. Have you studied Bhagavad Gita? No Bhagavad Gita. I will give you my Gita. Out of fewer who find the right guru, even fewer have the faith and strength to follow the regulative principles through which one can realize God. Okay, you got the right guru, but the guru said, see, your lifestyle is not suitable. You do this, make some changes, do this, add this, start with chanting one round a day. Oh, he told me so many rules and regulations. I don't want to follow. When I was growing up, I heard this. Now this person is saying something. I don't want to follow anything, and they go back. We see that this is quite commonly happening. So anyway, in this chapter, let us try to understand what the Lord is saying. Any doubts we have, maybe we can discuss at the end. Coming to the fourth shloka. Bhumirapana lovayu khammano buddhire vacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakritir ashtada 8. The Lord says there are 8 energies that are separated from me, and that is what this whole world is made of, whole universe is made of. Bhumi, earth, Apo, water, Analo, fire, Vayu, air, Kham, ether. This ether is not the Greek or the Western definition of ether. Shastras have their own definition of ether. Maybe that's what the physicists today are calling black matter, dark matter. I'm sorry, something that is mysteriously changing the properties. Yeah, no, it's not the organic chemistry wala ether either. That is a solvent, that's a liquid. Anyway, the Lord says earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego. All together, these eight comprise my separated energies, separated material energies. Let's see. Let us, we have heard of Panchabhuta, haven't we? Yes, there are five elements, five basic elements. What are they and how are they to be defined? Kham is one state of one element which can only be perceived through mind. You cannot touch it, you cannot hear it, you cannot taste it, you cannot smell it, you cannot do anything with it. You can only perceive it through your mind. That is Kham. Then when we come to air, that is Vayu, it can only be perceived through mind and felt through skin. And it there's not much you can do with it. You cannot see it, you cannot taste it, and so on. Then when you come to fire, you can, of course, you can perceive it through your mind, you can feel it using your skin because it emits heat, and you can see the fire because it is visible right in front of your eyes, and sometimes all at the same time. Then when you come to water, of course, you can perceive water through mind, you can feel it through your skin if you pass your hand through a stream, you can hear it, there is the sound of a flowing water that it has, you can, yes, you can hear it, and you can uh, taste it sometimes, yes, you can taste it. Water has a taste, we will see in upcoming shlokas and we'll discuss about that. What is earth? Earth is something you can, of course, perceive through mind, skin. You can hear earth. Yes, it makes its own sound. Then there is taste. It has taste. One more thing gets added, that is, which nothing else has, it is smell. Earth has a particular smell. In science, it's called geosmin. The maybe if you don't agree, I can give you this example. Fresh rain, just after rain, you can smell earth, can't you? So earth has a smell also. These are Panchabhutas. Then comes intelligence, which we discussed, mind also, which we have discussed. What is false ego? False ego is, the simple formula for false ego is aham mameti. We always say that I'm this, I'm that, I'm so and so, and then this is mine, he is mine, she is mine, everything is mine. Aham and mama iti. This is mine. The feeling that we have that something belongs to me, and feeling that we have that I am somebody. I'm so and so, you cannot talk to me that way. This is false ego. Then there is true ego as well. I am spirit soul. I am part and parcel of the Lord. I am Dasa. I am Krishna's servant. This is not false ego. This is true ego. And everything else is false ego. Anything that takes you towards Lord is, I can say, is true ego. Everything else that makes you think that you are something individually, independently away from Lord, that is false ego. And the Lord says, these bhinna prakriti rashtada, they are separated material energies of me. All this is material. Mind is also material. Intelligence is also material. There is nothing spiritual about it. These are, the Lord says, these are inferior energies. Beside these inferior energies, inferior nature, oh mighty Arjuna, there is a superior energy of mind, which are all living entities who are struggling with material nature and are sustaining the universe. Like we discussed in a earlier chapter, the Lord said, Indriyani Paraniya, whose senses are superior to dull matter. And now the Lord is saying, yes, all these 8 material energies are inferior. Above them are living entities who are my energy. Clearly, the Lord is saying it is superior energy of mine, and that is material. If that is maintaining the material, that are sustaining in this, struggling in this material nature, and that is the living entity, is us. Whether it is an elephant or a giraffe or a bison or any animal or any devata for that matter, they are all Lord's energies, and energy is never independent of the energetic. What does that mean? Let us see. Let's take 5G or 4G as a example. Yes, 5G and 4G is energy, isn't it? It's some kind of radiation. Yes, abhi signal kam hai, abhi signal zyada hai. There is less signal here, there is more signal there. But if you go on tracing back the signal, where does it lead to? It leads to a tower. Okay, this energy is coming from this tower, but who is controlling this tower and making sure this energy is being beamed out? So you track it back, and you find some engineer who is in charge of all this, who is modulating all this, or is taking care of all the circuits for it to properly function. So he is in charge of the energy. There is no energy independent. You see light, there is energy. Electricity is being converted into light. Where does the electricity come from? You go back to the power grid, you find some engineer who is sitting there and controlling all of this, or any energy for that matter. No energy is independent of someone who is controlling that energy. So the Lord is saying, that's why the Lord is saying they are superior energy, no doubt, but they are energy of mind. And we're struggling here. Why are we struggling? Because we're like uh, an electric bulb who wants to live without electricity. So of course the electric bulb is going to, LED bulbs, even after removing it from the socket, it still burns for a few seconds. Then it completely goes off. It's called retention time or something. Just like that, we think we can live independent of God, and we're so miserable, so miserable. Okay, now we will get into the Vijnana part. I'm sure everybody remembers. If remember what was the value of pi in 6th grade or 7th grade or whichever grade, depending on what syllabus you studied in CBSE, ICSE. They told me at least, that pi was 22 by 7, isn't it? No, but what did they tell you first? First, what did they tell you? What is the value of pi? Do you remember? Did they tell you this? They told me this. Nobody? Everybody went to good school. Huh? Nobody had this 22 by 7? Okay. Yeah. Many have had this. Or maybe you don't remember. This to tell us 22 by 7. And then we used to do that small thing where you draw a circle, then you put pins in it, and you put a wool around it, and you measure the wool, and you measure the length of the radius, and you find out the ratio, and you equate it to 22 by 7, and you show that, hey, I found out the value of pi. Yeah, was it wrong what they taught? No, at that level it was correct, because you don't need to know more, isn't it? Can you go back to your school and sue the teachers who taught you? Can you sue your headmaster of your school or headmistress of your school? Can you put a case on them saying, मेरे को पूरा गलत सिखाया, इसी की वजह से मैं कॉलेज में बहुत I suffered. You should have taught me the right value of pi right when I was that age. No, because kids don't even have the ability to know. So only this much is revealed. Then you came to 12th grade, and all the values that you mentioned, which you freshly remember, the pi was told to be 3.14. First it was fraction, then they told us, no. Forget what we taught you in 6th grade. Now listen to me, it is decimal. Okay, can you say one of the teachers is wrong? Whatever we needed to know, whenever we needed to know, was told to us. In undergraduate, they told us the value of pi is 3.1416. And we're like, oh, bahut sare numbers ho gaye. Anyway, fine, 3.1416. Even this is a decimal. Then during postgraduate, they tell us, okay, I'm sure we knew, but we never had to take it into calculation. In postgraduate, we had to take this into account that it is an irrational number. It never ends. It is 3.141592653589793238 and so on and so on and so on and so on. So they told us suddenly that it is not a decimal. Yeah, it is a decimal, but it's a special type of decimal, which is irrational decimal. Oh my God. Who was wrong? Does anybody know who was wrong? Anyway, now the Lord, just like we had different levels of understanding something, now when we come into Jnana Vijnana Yoga, we come to the next level. Now the Lord is going to reveal to us, which is not ordinarily known in every house. In a typical Hindu house of India, there is a lot that we do not know. Sabhi ek hai. We are under that impression. But let's see if that holds good. You have come for kind of post-graduation now. Get ready. The Lord says in the sixth shloka, of all that is material and all that is spiritual in this world, know for certain that I am both its origin and dissolution. It comes through me, and after its lifetime is over, it goes back into me. Let us see in detail in the next slide. In the seventh shloka, the Lord says, Matta parataram nanyat kanchinasti dhananjaya inchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva sutre manigana iva. O conqueror of wealth, who is Arjuna, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. There is no superior truth. Where does this light, where is this light that is falling on my face coming from? It's coming from a bulb or a tube light or something. Where does it get its energy from? From the electricity that is passing through the wires, the electrons that are jumping here and there. Where does that come from? The power grid. Where does the power grid's energy come from? Some power station. Uh, let's say it's some waterfall and the turbine is rotating. Why does this water fall on the turbine? How did the water get there? Through water cycle. What is running the water cycle? Sun is running the water cycle. Where does sun get its energy from? Well, from nuclear fusion, of course. How does this nuclear fusion start? It starts through matter coming together and compressing. Okay, what is the cause for that? It is gravity. Where did gravity come from? Who created this gravity? I don't know. Well, the Lord is clearly announcing that I am the supreme truth. Any truth, if you keep going, keep going, keep going, keep digging, Krishna is the answer. If Krishna is not the answer, dig deeper. Krishna is the answer. Krishna is the underlying. The Lord is saying, everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on thread. Yeah, there's a nice necklace of pearl. You are like, oh, that is so beautifully arranged. There is some magic happening here or what? Go closer, go closer, go closer. You'll see the thread which is underlying this necklace. So go closer, go closer. You will see Krishna everywhere. There is no place where Krishna isn't. That's what Shankaracharya said in his school days when he was in Gurukul and the Guru gives him one banana. He gives bananas to five disciples. Everybody knows this story, I think. Isn't it? So Guru gives them banana saying, eat this somewhere the Lord cannot see you. You should be invisible to Lord. So a few days later, the kids come back to Gurukul and one student, so the Guru asks, hey, everybody has eaten banana, but Shankaracharya hadn't eaten banana. Anyway, so he asks, you ate banana, where did you eat? So he says, I went into a room, closed the window, turned off the lamp, and I ate the banana. Nobody saw me. Another kid says, no, even if I turn off the light, I knew that there was a lizard in the room, and lizards I can see in the dark, Guruji. So what I did is I jumped in a pool, jumped in a pond, and there was no fish, nothing. So I ate it there. So another student says, I climbed on a tree, nobody could see me. It was a very high tree, and I ate it, and so on and so on. Then Guru asks Shankaracharya, what did you do? Did you eat? He says, no, I couldn't eat. Why? Wherever I go, Paramatma was within me and he could see whatever I'm doing. He is the Sakshi for everything. There is no place I can do something where the Lord is not witnessing me, so I couldn't do this without a witness. I'm so sorry. And Guru says, absolutely perfect. That is, you're done. You're something special. You have understood what I was going to teach you for this entire year or so. That is Shankaracharya. That's what that meant. Underlying is always God. If not, if you don't think so, you have to look deeper. When a person wants to build a house for himself, what does he do? Let's say you want to build a house or I want to build a house. What do I do? Okay, I get a plot arranged. Okay, there is a plot. It is quite messy. There's a rough plot arranged. I get the premises cleaned up from the uncontrolled growth of foliage and all the snakes that might be around. I have to get rid of it, relocate it to somewhere else. Then consult an engineer to get the construction done. The engineer, through his people or through his arrangements, gets the construction done. Once the house is built, he lives in the house and he makes it suitable. He makes suitable remunerations to these two parties involved. Here, engineer, here you take your payment, and here you are. Thank you for your service. Thanks for helping all the cleaning work that was needed. And he lives within the house. Now, do you think the person who was there in charge of getting the place ready for construction or the engineer who did the construction, do they have any rights on this house? Can they one day come and say, you know what, sir, I know you paid me. I know I was a servant when I was doing the job, but now I have changed my mind. I think I will live in this house. Do you think it is right for them to do so? Or for kids in the house, for the kids in the house to say, Papa, but you know, they helped you construct this house. I think they should also live with us. Are the kids right? Arey, Papa, they did so much here. They during the laying down of slab and this beam, look at how strong this beam is. Such nice work. I think they have just as much right as you. There are three people in charge of this house. It's not just you. It is the construction guy and the preparation guy. Even they, I think even they should be given equal respect as you. Is that right? Do you agree with that thought? Do you agree with that thought process? I'm sure you cannot. And that's what the uh, popular ideology that we have of Tridev, that Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. Yes, Brahma does the construction as a service to the Lord. Shiva does the destruction as a service to the Lord. But Lord is who takes care, or we say who is the caretaker of this entire universe. He takes care of the house because it's his house. There are his children within. Even Brahma and Shiva are his children. And he comes again and again when, as he said, Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami. He keeps coming whenever there is need. In Satyuga he came. In Treta Yuga he came, in Dwapar Yuga he came, and in Kali Yuga also he will come, as he has come already. So we have to understand that he is the owner, he is the master, and he is the only Lord. Everybody else is a servant, and that's what we also want to aspire to be. Again, we should not take the word servant as a menial word. That's where again people make mistake. They say, how can you say he is servant of somebody? We are bringing our worldly logic into it because in our world here, in this world, servant means someone we trouble a lot. Like, hey, come here, do this for me, come here, get this clean, go. Lord is not like that. When do you think Hanuman was mistreated by Lord Ram in any way? Was Lord Ram ever arrogant? Was he ever mistreating Hanuman? No, Hanuman was the most happy. Hanuman is the most happy person being a servant of the Lord. If you are a servant of the Lord, he does not make you a victim. He makes you a hero. Arjuna fought the war for Krishna. Was he misused? No. Whole world became his. So that's why we think this is a insult. It is not an insult. It's an honor. If I call you, if somebody comes and tells you, hey, I got placed in Google. मेरे को Google में नौकरी लग गई. And somebody says, नौकर? Google में नौकर हो गया? Oh my God, that is so sad to hear. नौकर हो गया यार, ये तो I had so much. No, Google में नौकर हो गया यार. Even in spiritual world, being नौकर of some great organization is such a thing of pride, isn't it? Infosys में नौकर. Oh wow, Infosys में नौकर. Wow. मेरी माइक्रोसॉफ्ट में जॉब लग गई, इंटेल में जॉब लगी. वाह, नौकरी अच्छा यार, बड़े अच्छे जगह पे नौकर हो गया है तू. Then how come being knocker of the Lord is shameful? That is the highest that is the highest position. There is nothing higher than that. Try to understand. Is there anybody higher than Hanuman? Absolutely not. That's the thing which we don't understand. We contaminate it with our material angle. Knocker, nahi, knocker nahi. That is aham mameti. I'm not knocker. I'm enjoyer. Look at me how I'm enjoying. What are you enjoying? Nah, actually I'm suffering. But let me tell him no that I'm enjoying. Why are you interfering? I'm enjoying. You don't tell him my sufferings. We are all suffering. We're just pretending to enjoy. Isn't it? Just understand that. In the 8th shloka, the Lord says, Rasoham apshukamteya prabhamsi sashi suryayor pranava sarva vedeshu shabdakhe orusham nrishu. O son of Kunti, I am taste of water. Again, now people might say, water does not have taste. Does water have taste or no? Let us again go for voting. Democracy. Do you think water has taste? Do you think water does not have taste? Yes, yes, it has. Yes. Anybody who thinks water does not have taste, just for argument's sake, somebody wants to say water does not have taste, just raise your hand. Let's have a small discussion maybe. Yeah, water doesn't have taste. Nobody is saying. Okay, because one of the sessions which I was taking, somebody said water does not have taste. So I said, when you're very, very, very thirsty, it has taste and memory also. Yes, very good. Okay, you have gone one level higher. Now let me ask you a simple question. You have already said it has taste, but because this is being recorded and being put up live on YouTube, let me answer it just for people who are going to watch it. When you're thirsty, what are you thirsty for? Are you thirsty for water, or are you thirsty for orange juice or mango juice or milk? Can milk satisfy your thirst? Is there anybody who has had their thirst satisfied by milk or mango juice or anything else? Never, absolutely not, no. Those are the only answers that's going to be. So, what is it in water that satisfies us when you're so thirsty? I used to happen in school days. Even if it is tap water, we used to drink and we used to be like, wow, this is the best thing I've ever tasted. Just after playing in the sun for 1 hour, 45 minutes, and so on, we used to go to the tap and directly under it, like animals drink water, and we used to, wow, yeah, this is the best thing ever. Nothing can beat this. Nothing can replace water. So the Lord is saying, Raswam Apshukanteya, whenever you drink water, remember that it is Krishna. Ah, that is Krishna. Never forget that. That's the most simple thing that we can do, isn't it? Rasoham Apshukanteya. Prabham si sashishure. Okay, taste is done. Now we want to look outside. Oh, but it's so dark. Hey, luckily it is, the full moon and I can see everything. Well, you can see everything because of Lord. Because the Lord is saying, I am the light of sun and moon. I will say, okay, in the night I can see without sunlight. Is he light of tube light also? Yes, he is the light of tube light as well, because electricity is coming from either burning of coal, or the water falls that falls on the turbine and it rotates, or the tidal energy or wind energy, which is all because of sunlight, because there would be no coal to burn without sun, because photosynthesis is dependent upon sun. There would be no waterfall without sun, because water cycle depends on sun. Wind is also dependent on sun, because if there is no sunlight, there is not going to be a flow of wind. So of course, even this light comes from sunlight. It is just converted from a form of sunlight. So the Lord is saying, I am the light of sun and moon. He means he is the light of everything. Can you produce light independent of sun? Anybody propose an idea where you can produce light independent of sun? Impossible. Pranavaha sarva vedeshu. What is pranava? Pranava means the syllable om. Sarva vedeshu, of all Vedic mantras. Now you may say, some say it is not mentioned in Vedas so and so, but Vedas says something like this. Vedas start with Om, no? Every Vedic mantra starts with the Om. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. It has to start with Om. And the Lord is saying, the syllable Om is me. And then he says, Shabda Khe Paurusham Nrishu. I am the sound in ether, and Paurusham Nrishu. In a man, the ability, what is there, that is also me. So, in the next, over here, I have put it up as a table. Many shlokas, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4 shlokas. I just made a table out of it. So, what or who is he among what or who? His taste of water, light and sun or moon, the syllable Om in Vedic mantras, his sound in ether, ability in man, fragrance of earth, like we just discussed. What is that thing that just touches your soul kind of when there is rain? That's the fragrance of earth, isn't it? Is there anybody who doesn't like that smell? Hey, yaar, ye kya ganda smell hai yaar. Shayad it rained, I think. No, what a terrible smell. Is there anybody who thinks like that when you smell earth, the first rain? No, good. Heat and fire. Can you separate fire and heat? No, the Lord is that heat and fire. He's the life in all that lives, because we are all alive, because we are all souls, and we are all souls because the Lord, because there are no sparks flying out if there is no fire. As they say, there is no smoke without fire, there is no sparks without fire, there is no us without Lord. Penance in all aesthetics is the tapasya in all tapasvis, original seed of all existence, intelligence of the intelligent, prowess of powerful men, strength of the strong, divide of passion and desire, of a non-ratsic, non-tamasic person. The power is Lord, and his sex life that is not contrary to religious principle. He's not, as long as it is abiding the Vedic injunctions, he is the sex life as well. All states of being, be they goodness, passion, or ignorance, are manifested by my energies. It's Lord's energies which we will see in the painting which is upcoming. I am in one sense everything, but I am independent. I am not under the modes of these material nature. The Lord is not Ratsik, the Lord is not Tamsik, the Lord is not Satvik either. He is pure, he is untouched by these impurities. Even Sattva is impurity, which we will discuss in upcoming chapters. Even Sattva limits you. Deluded by the three modes, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. We don't understand because if you see through black glasses, everything looks black or gray. If you see through red glasses, everything looks orange or reddish tinge. So we are seeing through our perspective. I am a cheater, so Krishna, I think he is also. I am a big buffoon, so I think no, 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 no. Please don't make that mistake. दैवी एष गुणमयी मम माया दुरतया मम एव ये प्रपद्यन्ते mayam etam tarantite. This divine energy of mine, consisting of three modes of material nature, is very difficult to overcome. Duratyaya, mama maya duratyaya. It's not easy. The Lord is saying it's my energy. How can you overcome it very easily? It's not going to happen easily. It's basically impossible. How is it possible though? It is possible. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Yes. If you know the Prime Minister of India, you can you can overcome some traffic jam. There can be special escort made for you. A special police, car can come and escort you to wherever you want to go. But you have to approach that power. Namam dushkriti no muda prapadyante naradama maya apita jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender to me. See here, there is a devotee surrendering to Lord, and here people are making look at it, he's bowing down to somebody. See, I don't bow down to anybody. And then he goes home and bows down to his wife, his children, somebody. Everybody has to bow down to somebody. A devotee just says, I'll bow down to Lord first. Mudha, Maya Pratagnana, Naradhama, and Dushkritana. Mudha example is donkey. Donkey is known as a foolish animal, isn't it? But why do we call it foolish animal? Why do we call people who are being foolish here? Why are acting like a donkey? Do you know why? Anybody knows why donkey is called foolish? People are calling it, so I also call it. No, yeah, there is a logic to it. Donkey is called Mudha because it carries so much weight and burden for its master. And what does the master give in return? Special grass ordered from somewhere. No, what is lying around? If this donkey could right now get loose and go somewhere and live quietly by itself, it would get the grass anyway, no? We are also like that. We surrender to somebody saying he will make me happy. What is giving us is what is available on the street also. But we think he will make me happy. If I join this company, I will be happy. No. I thought I will be happy. Why am I depressed? Well, you thought wrong. Dushkritinaha, someone who wants something for bad, he has bad intentions. Ravana, he had bad intentions, so he went to Lord Shiva and asked for all that. And what did he end up in a good place? No, Dushkritina. Naradama Jagai Madai story is there from history is there from the past, which I will. There is a drama which was made on that. I will try to share it. They are the worst among mankind. Then there is Maya Apritagnana. Hey, I'm so great, I'm this, I'm that. Maya has Apritagnana, has kidnapped their Gnana. Knowledge is kidnapped by Maya. They think they are something independent of Lord. Not. Four kinds of people come to Lord. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna artha jignasu artharthi gnani cha bharatarshava. Oh, best among Bharatas, Arjuna, four kinds of pious men render devotional service unto me. The distressed, desirer of wealth, inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of absolute. See, four people here. He is in trouble, he needs something. He is also in trouble. He is inquisitive and he is jnani. They want something. He wants some money, he wants some wealth. These are pious people because they've come to God. He didn't go to some politician saying, Kuch kar do na. No, he went to the Lord. That's why he is Sukritina. Because if you go to politician, you have to do something for them in return. You have to vote for the wrong people. That's what's happening today. We see everywhere. Some alcohol is given and they vote. This is Dushkritina. No, Sukritina. Only Sukritina can go to Lord. See, let's see. Gajendra, let's take these examples and see who falls in which category. Gajendra, what was he? Was he desirer of wealth? Was he in distress? Was he inquisitive, or was he a jnani? What was Gajendra? Anybody? You can use the chat box. We're reaching the end now. Gajendra, you can see his leg is under in the jaws of a crocodile. He is in distress. Yes. What about Draupadi when she calls for the Lord? What did she want? Money? Did she want to talk about some knowledge? Why? Why? She was. Let's come to here. Shukamuni is instructing our Parikshit Maharaj. What is Parikshit Maharaj's state of mind? Does he want money? Is he in trouble? Is he inquisitive? What is the thing? Does anybody know? He's inquisitive. He wants to know about Lord. Yes, he is there for Jnana. Who is this? Does anybody know? No? Little boy. Dhruva. What did Dhruva want from the Lord? Did he want Jnana? Did he want kingdom? What did he want? He wanted wealth, no? He wanted kingdom bigger than his father. So he wanted something, yes. So he wanted something material and he called for Lord. And what he got was much, much beyond. And Vedavyas, Srimad Vedavyas once goes to Lord Krishna saying, my son is not ready to come out. He has understood the entire Veda, which I was discussing with my wife. He heard everything and now he's saying he'll not come out because outside there is Maya, he doesn't want to come out. What to do? So I tried telling him to come out, but he's saying, Vedavyas ji, you're supposed to be such a jnani person, but you're saying that my mother is feeling pain, so I have to come out. You're so attached to your wife. Don't be so attached. So Vedavyas runs to Krishna saying, please help me. And then Krishna comes, and that's a big, beautiful pastime which we'll discuss some other day. Yes, he was a parent. And why does Hanuman come to Lord Rama? Does he want money? Lord Rama, I wanted some money. I'm thinking of starting a business. Can you help me? No. He's Jnani. That's why he has come. He's the perfect example for anything. And then Sugriva also came to Lord Rama. Sugriva said, please help me, Lord. I need to defeat my brother. So many people go to Lord with different interests. Of these four categories, the wise one who is in full knowledge in union with me through pure devotional service, for I am very dear to him and he is very dear to me. He is my favorite person. The Lord says. Who? Hanuman. Someone who has gone to Lord saying, you are the supreme, I surrender to you, my Lord. I have no other desire but to serve you. The 19th shloka. Bahunam janma namante jnana vanma prapadyante vasudeva sarvamiti samatma sudurlabha. Vasudeva sarvamiti samatma sudurlabha. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, and all that is, such a great soul is very rare. Bahunam janmanam. That's why I've used this painting of gopis, as we discussed yesterday. Who gopis are? They're jnanis, they've understood everything, and finally they have surrendered to the Lord completely. But what to do? Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods and follow particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own nature. Now, somebody wants, we'll take this example. There are some people who worship ghosts and demons because their desires are something. Then there are some people who worship king or politicians, modern day politicians. They have some material interest. Some worship some, this puja, that puja. What is the interest? Material interest. I want this, I want that. Kuch manokamana puri karni hai humko. Something material I want. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship the demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to some particular deity. Yeah, go ahead. The Lord is not going to stop you. Go ahead, because any demigod, if you surrender completely to any demigod, they are going to take you back to Krishna, saying, no. You do one thing. Okay, I'll give you this, but come back to Krishna. If you don't listen, you're a demon. Like Ravana. Ravana did not listen. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod, obtains his desire, but in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Yes, you can go to your uncle and say, give me your car for this weekend, but your uncle is going to discuss with your father and then decide whether to give it to you or not. Without your father's permission, he will not give it to you because it's your father's decision ultimately. Now, if you go to your father, he might give you the car or not. But if he does not give you, there is a reason behind it because you will be, irresponsible with it. So better go to your father. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alphamedasam devan deva yajoyanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. Men of small intelligence worship demigods and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my planet. You go to some demigod's planet, you go to Indraloka, there is always war happening. We will discuss in upcoming chapters. There is no happiness in any part of this universe. Yeah, there is a little bit more comfort, but there is a huge difference between comfort and happiness. But we will discuss that tomorrow. Many of us think comfort is happiness. Got a nice soft seat. I'm happy. No, you're not happy. You're comfortable. There's a huge difference. Let's discuss that in upcoming chapters. Demigods might give us what we want, but only Krishna can give us what we need because demigods don't know what you need. What you ask, they will give you. They don't know what you really need, but Lord knows what you need and He is always providing that for you. But we, being spoiled kids, we're not addressing that, we're not realizing that, we're not being good children because even we don't know what we need. We don't, kids who say, I want chocolate. Okay, they say, I want chocolate, that's fine. Some kids say, I need chocolate. No, you don't need chocolate, but you need to grow up. There are many examples of many people who went to demigods saying, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. They got it. Ultimately, they showed the demonic qualities. And what had to be done? Ultimately, they had to be killed by same or some other demigod, or the Lord Himself had to come. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Person of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before, but now I was assumed some personality due to the small knowledge. They do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Avyaktam vyakti apannam manyante mam abhuddhaya param bhavam ajananto mama vyayam anuttamam. Unintelligent men who know me not think that I have assumed this form and personality. We think Lord was formless, but He took a form, He came, then He went back to His original form, which is formless. The Lord is saying, Manyante mam abhuddhaya. Abhuddhaya people think like that. Lord is always having His pastimes in Goloka. But when there is a need, He comes down and shows us that there is a way out. And He says, become my devotee. There is a way out. And then He goes back. So we should not think that He was here now He's not there. Here He doesn't seem to be here, doesn't show Himself to us. So He was impersonal, now He's gone back to His impersonal form. No, He has a form. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavita mudo ayam na bijanati loko mam ajam avyayam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my eternal creative potency, which is known as Yoga Maya. And so the deluded world knows me not, who am unborn and infallible. We, with our limited fund of knowledge, we're trying to use a scale to measure distance between the two planets. They're not going to happen. You're going to think, you're either going to say, wait, the distance is infinite, or you're going to say, wait, it's not doable. It's just that our limited and power does not allow us. Once you surrender to the Lord will Himself start revealing. Vedaham samatitani vartamani cha arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. O Arjuna, as a personality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities. He knows each and every one of us. But sadly, me, no one knows. It's like the situation of the eye. Your eyes can see entire body. There is no part of your body that your eyes cannot see. But can any part see the eye? Can you make some modifications such that your hand can see the eye? Your hand probably Figuratively speaking, probably doesn't even know that I exists. Your hand doesn't know that I exist, but your eyes know that everything exists. It's that situation. Isn't it sad? Yesham tvangtagata papam jnananam punyakarmana te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrata. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life whose sinful reactions are completely eradicated and who are freed from the duality of delusion engage themselves in my service with determination. Happening throughout the globe, has happened throughout the globe, and has happened for thousands of years and will happen for thousands of years. We can either be a part of it or not. It's our loss or our gain at the end of the day. It's up to us. We have free will. The Lord will never take that away from us. But do you want to use this free will, or do you want to misuse it and end up with an accident? Those who know me as a Supreme Lord, as the governing principle of the material manifestation, who know me as the one underlying all demigods and as the one sustaining all sacrifices, can with steadfast mind understand and know me even at the time of death. That's the goal of life. Real test of all living beings is death. That is the exam. We have whole lives to prepare for this test, but it's going to be a surprise test and we don't know when it's going to come. It might come half an hour from now. Makes sense in this pandemic situation. It might come 14 days from now, or it might come 7 days from now, or it might come 10 years from now. If there is a surprise test which is going to happen in the school, what do? We be prepared. Hence, every day one must prepare like the exam is going to be any moment now. You pass the test if you remember the answer to all of life's miseries, which is Krishna. Once you pass this exam, you get a qualification. Just like you pass this pass college, you get a qualification and you can become you can get a job somewhere, serve in some organization. Similarly, once you pass this exam of life, you get the qualification to join great servants of the Lord. You can work along with Hanuman. You can work along with all the devotees of the Lord and serve the Lord. But if you fail, you're sent. Let's take the scenario of failing, and if you fail, you are sent to vacation to heaven. If you are rich, that is, you have good karma, you have done a lot of punya, you get sent to heaven for vacation. Or let's say you're poor, you have done a lot of papa. What do you have to do? What do poor kids do during vacations? They have to work, child labor or something similar. So same thing, even if your fund is not so great, you're bankrupt, you have done a lot of papa, you have to go be punished for your vikarma. What happens after a vacation? No matter rich, poor, whatever, you have to come back to school. After vacation, you will be sent back to the same class to rewrite the same exam without the memory of prior failure, because it's going to be cheating if you remember the question, isn't it? So question paper is going to change. But here, question paper won't change. You will just not remember that you have already written this exam. And also, if you remember that you have failed already, if you have failed in life, it's quite makes you quite nervous. Oh, what is going to happen this time? What is going to happen this time? I'm nervous. But nervousness is eliminated. Thank God for that. You don't remember your past life. Otherwise, you'd remember all the mistakes that you have done and all the people that you couldn't make happy, and you'd be like, oh my God, so much I have failed in. No, start fresh. The Lord erases all the memories. How to remember Lord at the time of death, that we'll discuss in the next chapter. So we have all failed in our past life. Yes, all proud failures we have. Okay, now it's exactly 10 o'clock. So people who want to exit can exit, and people who want to discuss, we can have a question answer session. Allow participants to unmute. Okay, no, I will unmute you people 1 hour. FBF9 DDC2. Yes, Prabhu or Mataji, who is this?
Hello. Hi. I have this question. How one does prashchit to the sins that he has committed? Or if a person is inherently bad and he realizes it, how can he get out of it and be better?
Now you will think that I'm the same CD. CD is stuck. Chant Hare Krishna. That is the medicine for all the Kali Kalmasha. And it's not my words. Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam Kalau Nasteva Gatiranyata. That is the only way, that is the best way, and that is the most efficient way. Any other way, if I tell you, you do this, you do that, it's nothing but going to waste your time or going to take a lot of time, and maybe you will fail. I can tell you worship this demigod, that demigod, but the demigod must also be interested in you. Maybe you have offended the demigod before. Maybe you have done so many offenses in this life itself against that demigod. Maybe the demigod doesn't want to listen to you. But Krishna always loves you. Just chant the name of the holy names of the Lord, and you will start getting purified. All the kalmasha is going to get washed away. That's the only way.
Okay, thanks.
Hare Krishna. Like a father, if you have offended your father, you can still, there is a chance of getting back. But if you have insulted your uncle like anything in the middle of the street, and next day you say, oh, let's be friends again, uncle, probably there is a chance that uncle will not take you back. But will your father ever disown you entirely? Is that ever possible? Absolutely. Yes, Seema Mataji, you have a question?
Hello.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I would like to know two things. First
Yes.
of all, when it is said that the energy is prevailing in all living beings, do the animals also have a chance of seeing the Lord?
That's the thing. Rarely, 1 in a million, it has happened. Like Bharat Maharaj, we were discussing the other day. He got attached to this deer so much that at the time of his death, he thought of the deer, and he was so attached to the deer, he became a deer in his next life. And in this life as deer, luckily, the Lord's mercy, he had memories of his past life, and like Prabhu was saying, this deer did prayaschitta for his past life. This deer never got attached to anything. It used to eat dry grass, even if there is nice grass all around the forest. It used to only eat dry, dead grass, which is tasteless, and used to eat remnants of great sadhus. They used to do flowers offered to the Lord. The sadhus offer flowers to the Lord, and that flower, when it is thrown away, that flower this deer used to eat, and it did prayaschitta, and it got another chance again. So very, very rarely it has happened, but usually it's not happen. It does not happen. That's what Chanakya in Chanakya Pandit says in Chanakya Niti. Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanya medat pashubhe naranam dharmo hi eko adhiko vishesha dharmena hina pashubhe samana. If there is no dharma, we are as good as animals. Animals don't understand dharma. Not in every animal has the ability. Rarely, 1 in a billion.
And the second thing is, when it says that, when it is said that I am prevailing in everything, is it that eternal energy that we are talking about?
That's the thing. Again, I was discussing just a few slides ago. This has to be made clear, because again, this is the most common misconception in the West, in the every country. Unintelligent men who know me not think that I have assumed this form and personality. The Lord does not assume a form. The Lord has a form, but he appears in front of us when he wants to, and then it does not appear when he does not want to. It is not that Lord took up this form and he is formless. He has a form. If you try to understand, can I give you something that I don't have, Mataji? If you ask me for a pen and I don't have a pen, can I give you the pen?
No.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Similarly, if God does not have form, if the Supreme God does not have a form, how can he give us form?
Okay, but then see, when it is said that I don't have any beginning, I don't have any end, I don't have any form, it is the energy that is what it is, isn't it?
No.
The qualities of energy.
We are assuming the Lord is material here. We are saying, see, Lord says it was not born, and Lord says it does not have end. But I see that I had a beginning. Materially speaking, Mataji, me and you have a beginning and an end. But spiritually speaking, we never had a beginning, and we're never going to have an end. We came from the Lord, and that's the goal. We have to go back to the Lord. We have three bodies, right? We have material body, then there is ethereal body, and then we have the spiritual body. The mind, intelligence, and false ego is our ethereal body, which is underlying. Although this body gets thrown away, the mind continues, the false ego continues, the intelligence continues. So we have three bodies, but Lord is not like that. We think Lord has material body. No, Lord is entirely spiritual. To say that Lord has a body is also wrong, because Lord has a form and it is spiritual. Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karana. Brahma says, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. His form is Satchidananda. Anadiradir Govinda, Sarva Karana Karanam. So Lord Brahma is saying he is Sarva Karana Karanam, and he is Govinda, he is a cowherd, he is the protector of cows, and he is Ishvara Parama, he is Parameshwara. Yes.
So is this energy, supreme energy, is also under his control?
Yes, exactly. He is the engineer who is in charge of this 5G, or the power station. He is the controller. If you go back, where does this energy come from? Where does electricity come from? Where does the electricity come from to this grid, and so on? You find a person. That is Lord. He is in charge of everything.
So what
Yes.
about we have conscience, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes. You mean conscious?
Now, now when you say when we are dead, the mind and the intelligence are carried forward. What about conscience?
Conscious? You mean consciousness? Consciousness is a
No, not
symptom of.
consciousness. Conscience. What you call in Zamir. Zamir.
You mean, did I do? Was that right? What I did? Was that wrong? What I did? That is a part of mind and intelligence, isn't it? You use your mind and intelligence to judge yourself whether what you did is right or not. Some people have no conscience. You might know that psychopaths have no conscience because they've shut down their mind and intelligence. A serial killer does not even feel guilty for what he did, isn't it?
But conscience is the one which will check you every time. No, it is inside you.
Yeah, that is a product of mind and intelligence.
So
It is not something independent.
then who will rule it? Conscience.
It should be ruled by the conscience is a product of mind. If mind intelligence is in charge of mind, you have proper conscience. If sometimes intelligence has been shut down completely, there are the demonic people who like killing people. There are so many crimes which cannot be mentioned even here. So such people have the conscience shut off. They are known as psychopaths in psychology. They are psychopath. Path means disease. They have some disease, mano roga they say. So such people have shut down because they don't use their intelligence for this. They use their intelligence to find new ways to kill people or torture people.
So conscience.
This whole balance has gone upside down.
So conscience is not another form of vivek.
Vivek is a part of mind, isn't it? Judgment, you judge using your mind, isn't it? When you look at a potato, okay, this is a nice potato, this is a rotten potato, you throw it away. Similarly, what I did is right, what I did is not right, I shouldn't have done that, I should apologize. That also comes from mind. That is also part of vivek.
Okay, but then beyond mind and conscience, above that is intelligence.
About beyond mind should be intelligence, and beyond intelligence is the soul. And how to awaken soul? By chanting.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Shipra Mataji, you have a question?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, I had read this somewhere a long time back that Krishna says, "I am the beauty in the beautiful, strength in the powerful," and that slok today also came.
Yeah, it's going to further come again in 11th.
Yeah. So I had a question back then also and now also on hearing this, that what about the negative qualities? What about the anger in angry? What about the dishonesty in dishonest?
That is Maya. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. This all comes from 3 modes of material nature. For example, if I am tamasic, I am under tamas, I am under Maya, and I think I have to drink alcohol. What is this? This is tamas. The Lord is not instructing you to do this. You are not chanting the name of the Lord, so your intelligence is not under the control of you, that is the soul, and the intelligence is not controlling the mind, and the mind has gone left and right. It's seeing everything, and everything should be done. I want to experience everything in life, you start saying. So that is tamas. The Lord is clearly instructing you not to do in Bhagavad Gita, and you're saying, no, I'm telling you, don't read Bhagavad Gita only, problem solve. So who is in charge? Whose mistake is this?
Yeah. So the positive qualities are not the satogun. The positive qualities are Lord himself.
Yes, the Lord is giving you these positive qualities through his instructions, through his examples, and through his devotees' examples. So he's saying, I am that quality in them. He means that quality is in you because I have put it in you. You cannot say, no, I've been very nice person since birth. Yes, but how did you get these nice qualities? If you dig deep, you will find out that maybe in your last life, definitely it had to be through Bhagavad Gita. Because if you read Harry Potter, you're not good, or any other made-up book, you're not going to become a better person, are you? Can anybody tell you that watch this movie or read this book and you'll become such a nice saint, you will become such a great person, you're going to do good to the world, you can become Jagat Guru? Is there any such book that can tell you? यार हैरी पॉटर पढ़ लो, तुम ऐसे बन जाओगे यार, पूरा दुनिया तेरा भक्त हो जाए. Is that possible? No,
No.
it's only possible through Lord.
Okay, and so what is going beyond Satogun? Like we can.
Vishuddha Sattva. We will come to that. We will eventually reach there. We will eventually discuss that and hopefully reach there. But it's upcoming in the upcoming chapters. Is that okay?
So what is exactly Satogun then? It means
You are.
goodness now.
It's beyond goodness. It is Vishuddha Sattva. It is known as Vasudeva state. It's even beyond, because even Sattva Guna has its own limitations. Sattva Guna also has its own drawbacks, which we will discuss further. Right now, it won't be digestible.
So strength, beauty, etc. These qualities are beyond Satogun.
They are independent of Sattva Guna. There are tamasic people also who are good looking. That is independent. That is mutually exclusive. You don't have to be a sattvic person to be good looking. There are many sattvic people who are not gifted.
No, I was referring to the positive qualities in general, which was mentioned in that shloka.
When we go there, we will be able to do better justice to it. It comes in 11th chapter, just a few more chapters.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rajesh Prabhu, go ahead. You have a question? Yes, Prabhu. You have unmuted yourself, but I'm not able to hear you. Not able to hear you. Maybe you can use the chat box, Prabhu. Still not able to
hear me now. Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Just one question, Prabhuji. See, our senses is monitored by mind, and mind is monitored by intelligence. And intelligence itself needs to be monitored by soul. So my question to you is, Prabhuji, that how we will feel that our soul is awakened, or what could be the feeling that we could identify that our soul is awakened?
Very good question. So, like, your question is, how do I know that there is electricity in this bulb holder? Because electricity can be tested by putting a bulb, and bulb glows, so there is electricity. But how do I know that all the circuit is working properly, right? Yeah, this actually I will discuss in the next chapter. You will become happy for first time in your life, and trust me, you don't know what happiness is. I don't think so. You do. So when we discuss happiness, we'll come to it. Next chapter. We'll meet tomorrow with the answer for this question. Yeah?
Okay, thank you. But one more question.
I always get questions which are related to next chapter. That is, majority of questions are always related to next chapter. That tells me that it's being understood. That's very nice for me.
One more question, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
One more question.
Yeah.
So could you please explain this point of ether? Actually, I'm not understanding that.
That's the thing. I'm not a jnani. I'm just repeating what was told to me. And even I have not understood ether properly. Even physicists have not understood ether properly. But I think ether is what physicists today call dark matter and dark energy. And even dark matter, dark energy, they have not understood. So I can only point you to some topics which you can Google: dark matter, dark energy. Because initially the science used to say that vacuum is empty, there is nothing in it, right? If you go to space, it is empty and there is nothing in it. But then when they sent instruments, they came to know that there is dust which accumulates and destroys the circuits which are so minute. And then they were like, how can dust exist? So it's not vacuum, there exists something. So then they did more research and they saw this fictitious behavior, which is very difficult to understand. Universe is expanding, and still, even I'm not qualified. I'm a biology person, so I cannot comment a lot on physics. But if you do some research on dark matter and dark energy, maybe it can help you to understand a little better. But no, I cannot explain that any more than that. But Shastra says ether is something that you can only perceive through your mind and nothing else. So that's all I can comment. I don't want to give you my own opinion.
That is something which we should visualize,
Yeah, but you cannot visualize. Visualizing starts from water. Air also you cannot visualize, and ether also you cannot visualize. Kham is not visualizable in this body, at least. That's all I can say. I am not an expert in that field. No, I'm not a jnani. Sorry about that. Yeah, Prabhu, I'll go to the next question. Is that okay?
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Yes, Raghu Prabhu, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, my only question is on demigods. So in the sloka it has been said that we are all, the whole universe is manifestation of the Lord Krishna. So therefore, even demigods also, is creation. So people who cannot contemplate on Supreme Lord, or the formless, okay. So they need some form, and therefore they are formless. The Supreme Lord
is not formless. That's what that was the goal of this whole chapter was. Supreme Lord, do not mistake him to be formless. He is telling you that I have a form, and it might be a popular misconception that the Supreme is formless. No, the Supreme is not formless. He clearly states that I have a form, and he's saying don't assume that I do not have a form. The Lord has a form. Yes. Continue, bro.
Okay. No, my point is that absolute form, so ordinary people like us, like me, so I can't contemplate on absolute form, the form of Lord Supreme. So therefore, they assume they offer prayers to demigods, in the sense, it's offering to the prayers to the
but what prayers can we offer to demigods? It's always something that we desire. We always go with some, like the other day I was discussing, Ganesha temple gets filled just before exam. Why? I want to pass exam. It is always some material desire that we have. Do we ever go to any demigod saying, my Lord, I want more knowledge in life. What should I do? Should I start reading? This is never the case. It's always material. ये exam pass करा दो, promotion करा दो, ये काम करा दो, ये गाड़ी लेना है, थोड़ा पैसे की कमी है, something help me out. It's always some material desire, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, Maharaj.
Then that's the thing. No, it's material. You're not asking for anything spiritual. It's like you're going to a medical store which can give you so many things, but you're asking for water. Maybe not a good example. It's like going to a university which can teach you medicine, but you're saying just teach me ABCD in capitals and in smalls. Enough. Even we are wasting their time as well. Shiva can give you so much. Shiva, we were discussing, we did share a message in the morning today. Shiva is discussing such amazing knowledge with Parvati. But what do the demons disturb him with? Give me this power, give me that power. Shiva does not want to be disturbed, so he says, go take this and go. Nobody goes to demigods with anything spiritual in their mind. They all have desires in their heart. Didn't we as well?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Babu Prabhu, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Regarding this chanting, whenever we start doing chanting of malas, after maybe if I start doing it for maybe 3 or 4 rounds, I have in mind to do that. After doing that, every one japa mala, should I to say that Panchatattva mantra, or
yes.
it is only after that if I break in and then again start, then it's once.
Before every round, you have to, before every round you start, you have to say the Panchatattva mantra, followed by Maha mantra, then again Panchatattva mantra, again Maha mantra. So it happens.
Okay, so even if I'm sitting continuously for doing 4 also, that every mala happens, then you have to say Panchatattva.
Yes.
Okay. And sometimes while doing chanting, sometimes whatever you control, sometimes the mind doesn't control. So it comes automatically, slowly or gradually, or because mind sometimes.
Why mind wanders is because your mind is trying to exist freely from intelligence. You do japa, and when this japa is falling on your ear, it's going to go as a cycle and it's going to wash you from inside out. Usually what we do is we try to wash ourselves from outside. We call it bathing, and we feel clean for a few seconds, then we're back to normal. But with japa purifies you from inside, so much so that during japa at least there is going to be no bad thought if done rightly. Japa, the definition of japa is Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktiruchate. Every single sense organ that the Lord has given us should be engaged in the service to the Lord. So with my mouth, I chant, with my ear, I hear, with my skin, I feel the beats so that I can concentrate on chanting. And every sense organ is supposed to, every sense is supposed to help me in this process of japa. If even one sense tries to waver, you bring it back by chanting even harder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. You pull it back, saying, come back here.
Yeah, that I've seen. Because whenever it's sometimes, not always, in between sometimes it goes, it starts thinking something
As
else.
soon
And
as you
when I
notice, you pull
loudly
it
do
back.
it, okay. So but that is normal thing, right? It doesn't slowly by practice. So it
It's
is.
like again, I will tell you, it's like a fan. Yes, I want to turn off this fan because the room is getting too cold. But as soon as I turn off, is the fan going to just, I switched it off, it was turning and I switched it off and it stopped? No, it's going to rotate 1 round, 2 round, maybe 5 round or 10 round, and then it will stop. It's like that. Our mind is not immediately going to stop. It will take time. It has inertia, right? It already was going at such a speed. Suddenly it can't stop. Even a
Okay,
train
okay.
cannot stop with such a huge brakes. So eventually it slows down, and one day it stops. That day you will realize.
Okay,
Takes
okay.
time.
Okay. And one more question.
Yeah.
Why do we normally always start with doing any good function or any programs? First, we start with Ganesha. I mean, is there any significance?
That is Karma Kanda.
Karma Kanda. In Karma Kanda, Ganesha is the
Did
first.
Hanuman, before jumping over the sea, I think Indian Ocean, did he do Ganesha worship or did he just jump? Before burning down Lanka, did he say, one second, I'm going to burn down Lanka, but first let me do Aarti with my burning tail to Lord Ganesha? Did it say
As far as my knowledge, I have not, I think no, is not done.
Whenever you're serving the Lord himself, there is no need of all this karma kanda. You've gone beyond. Like in school days, we used to write our name, roll number, which standard, section A, B, which subject, which school, all that they used to make us write before writing an exam.
Yes.
But then when we went to college, we started getting these printed answer booklets where our roll number was printed on it already. And somebody used to come and take note of this booklet number, isn't it?
Yes.
As you go higher, some things are not necessary. Similarly, this Ganesha worship is karma kanda. When you've gone beyond, there is no need for it. Of course, when Ganesha is a great devotee of the Lord, in Brahma Samhita also is mentioned, saying that he's the greatest devotee of, one of the greatest devotees of Lord Narasimha. He gets his powers of destroying the obstacles from Lord Narasimha, who is the supreme Lord of destroying obstacles, like he did for Narada. Narada had an obstacle. Who was he? It was the demon father, Hiranyakashipu. What did the Lord Narasimha do? He destroyed the obstacle, isn't it? So Ganesha gets his power of destroying obstacles from Narasimha. So when you surrender to Narasimha Dev, you don't need to know.
Understood. Okay, but I think general phenomena was that they do first Ganesha Puja and then start.
We have nothing but respect for Lord Ganesha. We have nothing but absolute respect for Lord Shiva. He's merely Vishnu. There is barely any difference between Shiva and Vishnu, but still there is a difference, no?
Understood. Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Nidhi Mataji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So my question is, are Pancha Pandavas non-vegetarians or?
No, absolutely not. Again, this is a Western distortion.
Because they are Kshatriyas by Dharma. So
Kshatriyas, where is it mentioned that Kshatriyas were non-vegetarians? Even Shudras were not non-vegetarians. But with pollution, with the Kali Yuga progressing, it has happened. Even Shudras were vegetarians. Even Shudras used to eat what is given to them by a Vaishya or a Kshatriya or a Brahmana. And there is no cooking of meat happening anywhere. The Lord clearly mentions in upcoming chapters of Bhagavad Gita what is to be offered to him. And whole world was a devotee of the Lord. So there was no question of non-vegetarianism. Even these tomato, onion, garlic, chilies are new things.
So were Kauravas instead non-vegetarians?
No.
Not even Dushyasana.
But I think they used to consume fermented fruit juice. I think so. I've not studied that deeply, but I think they used to drink alcohol. Some sort of asava and all they call it in Shastras. But no, non-vegetarians, no. Even major demons were not non-vegetarians.
Oh, that's new, something new. So,
yeah.
My second question is, you told that the Lord is the strength in the ether.
Sound in the ether.
Sound in the ether. So,
yes.
Ether is referred to as the bond, ether bond in chemistry, or it's like oxygen with two functional groups. So, it's not that ether.
No, it's not.
Is it? Okay. Yeah.
Ether, it's here, no?
Yes.
Sound in ether. But I don't have the Shastra. I will try to dig deeper. I think Mataji, Bhavana Mataji, do you have any idea? Is Bhavana Mataji there? No, she's not. I will try to dig deeper and maybe get back to you on that tomorrow. I'll try.
Okay. Yeah. Hare
Akasha,
Krishna,
yes.
Prabhuji.
Ether's definition can be Akasha, but not space. The Western definition is limited. But I'll try to dig deeper and get back to you on that tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. We'll end with your question. Seema Mataji, you have a question?
Hello.
Yeah, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
See, he's called Krishna is calling Arjuna son of Prutha.
Yes, Pritha is another name of Kunti.
Kunti.
Yes.
Okay.
Queen Kunti is another name is Pritha.
Oh, okay.
So is Partha. Also, Yudhishthira is Partha. Bhima is Partha.
Yeah, Partha means another friend, sort of.
No, Partha means son of Pritha.
Okay, son of Pratha. Okay, so all the Pandavas will be Pratha, son of Pratha.
Yeah. All Pandavas are son of, including Karna actually.
Yeah, true. Yes. You were supposed to tell me about Karna.
About Karna? What about Karna?
I was asking you yesterday that how come with all the
okay, Karna past, right? I will share an article with you. I will share a link. You go through that.
Okay, thank
you. Are you from group 1, 2 or 4, Mataji?
That means?
January 4, English, 9 p.m. 1, 2 or 4. What's the name of your WhatsApp?
Just a moment.
Because I'll just share in that. Or you know what? I'll share in all the 3 so that everybody can go through.
Jan 4, 9 p.m. 1.
Okay, 1. I will share there first.
Yeah.
So if that is all, I think we'll end today and meet tomorrow with the next chapter, which takes us deeper into the heart of Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
So thanks for your time, everybody. Thanks for making time on Sunday. We'll meet tomorrow with the next chapter.